Hello everybody. So again we are here to discuss about the green gold of 21st century, and that is the bamboo. So I am Dr. Naneshwar Mira Shivaji Khandbahale, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, KTHM College. We are discussing about the bamboo propagation and management. This is chapter 4, that is bamboo management. So our topic of discussion is bamboo management, and the content that we are going to discuss in following four lectures, that is plantation management and harvesting, then post harvest treatment, and bamboo preservation, and again the treatment. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss about the plantation management only. And in plantation management there are two important stages. First one is seedling stage, which is in between 1 to 3 years, and second one is early maturation stage, which is in 3 to 5 years. So we are going to talk about the management of bamboo plantation from 1 to 5 years, and that is divided into two stages. First one is seedling stage, and second is the early maturation stage. So today we are going to discuss about the seedling stage only. In next lecture we will discuss about the early maturation stage. So let's start to the seedling stage. So first, before proceeding to the management of seedling stage of bamboo, just we have to see that in last lecture you have seen that there is the soil and nutrition for bamboo cultivation, because in soil and nutrition is the only essential elements which are helpful for the growth of bamboo. So soil and nutrition for bamboo cultivation is a very important aspect, that according to the species and according to the genera of bamboo which we are going to choose for the plantation, the soil and nutrition management changes little bit. And again that is also depend on the agricultural area in which we are going to plant the bamboo or cultivate the bamboo. And second one is nursery techniques and the management. So session agenda of this lecture is that we are going to know about the plantation management, in which soil maintenance, then replanting, weeding and soil loosening, fertilizer application, then trenching and the mulching, then intercropping and pest controls control are the aspect. So at the end of this lecture we will know about the plantation management and whatever aspects comes under the plantation management, that we will know. So the first one is what is mean by plantation management. So the maintaining bamboo plantation, that is in between 1 to 5 years, is important to increase the survival rate. Then it accelerate the early maturation of plantation and easy the harvesting operation later. Bamboo plantation maintenance is carried out in two stages, as already we have described. So why plantation management is important? Because our aim or our motto is very clear, that we are going to cultivate the bamboo for the profit or to making the profit. So this is a only agenda or aim of the bamboo plantation. So to make the profit, uh, everybody know that the quality of bamboo must be very good, and to maintain the quality of bamboo we must maintain the survival rate. Then we have to accelerate the early maturation, because as early bamboo maturate, then as early we can harvest that bamboo and we will get the profit. So plantation management is a very important aspect in the bamboo plantation and bamboo cultivation. So plantation management, as we have said that it comes under the two stages. First one is seedling stage and second one is early maturation stage. So seedling stage, the name of stage itself denote that it is the maintenance or care of bamboo plantation in between 1 to 3 years, means at the phase of seedling. So this is the phase between planting and canopy closure. So when we plant the bamboo, it grows very luxuriously and very faster, and they close the above area by the vegetative parts, and that is called as canopy closure. So which usually last about 1 to 3 years. Means after plantation to the canopy closure, the period is 1 to 3 years. Then depending on the planting material, but that seedling stage is completed in 1 to 3 years, but that is depend on the planting material, then site condition, then species which we select for the plantation, then density of planting. So in which density we are planting the bamboo, and the growth of that bamboo. So in some sites, if the soil is really fertile, if we maintain every condition at the optimum stage, the phase can occur during 1 to 2 years. And during this phase, maintenance practices focus on protecting the young clumps from competing vegetation and provide them an enabling environment for the rapid growth. So this is the seedling stage. And second stage is the early maturation stage, which is in between 3 to 5 years. So during this phase, maintenance activities are focused on clump management, that is cleaning, pruning, thinning, and to reduce the clump congestion. So whatever we have to do, the activities that is different in these two stages. So in first stage, there are many more activities which are focused on the protection of seedling, and after the 3 years, or if there is the good growth, then after the canopy closure, that is the early maturation stage, which is mostly focus on the clump management. So this is about the plantation management. So what is the maintenance during the seedling stage, that is 1 to 3 years, that we are going to discuss in this lecture. So during this phase, maintenance will be carried out twice a year. So we know that we are living in a monsoon area, so there are always a change in the season, and because there is change in the season or change in the environment, we have to carried out the maintenance twice in the year. So first, just before the end of rainy season, when rainy season ends, at that time we have to maintain the bamboo plantation, that is eliminate weeds, and we have to loosen the soil during the end of active rain period, that is to accumulate and increase soil moisture and to eliminate unwanted seeds. So when seeds or the weeds are not completely mature enough to produce the more weeds. So first maintenance that we have to carried out in the bamboo maintenance, that is before the just before the end of rainy season, and the second is that beginning of the rainy season. So we have to carried out the maintenance at two different times in a year. First one, that is just before the end of rainy season, and again at the beginning of rainy season. So what we have to maintain at the beginning of rainy season, that we have to eliminate the weeds and shrubs in initial period of growth and enable bamboo plant to grow vigorously during the active rainy season. So rainy season is a important aspect in the life of bamboo, that when rainy season comes, there is the optimum condition for the growth and development. But these optimum conditions are not only for the bamboo, that conditions are also for the weeds and other vegetation which is competing with the bamboo for the natural resources. So we have to eliminate that weeds and other competing material which is with the bamboo for the good growth of bamboo. So next one is the soil maintenance. So in soil maintenance, during the first year, it is advisable to loosen the soil around the plant to improve the soil aeration. So we know that soil must be aerated, means the soil must have the enough amount of oxygen and other gases for the development and growth of the roots. So for the better development and growth of the root, we have to aerate the soil. And how we can increase the aeration of soil, that during the first year we have to lose the soil with the help of different tools. So during this about twice a year, doing this about twice a year for each plant will enhance the growth. So how many times we have to loosen the soil? So we have to loosen the soil twice a year. In a 1 year we have to loosen the soil 2 times, and care should however be taken not to disturb the rhizome system of the plant. So initially in the discussion of morphology, we have seen that below the soil there is the rhizome, and rhizome having the roots. So we must take care that at the time of the loosening the soil, the rhizome should not be disturbed or it should not be damaged. So in plantation maintenance, the first one is the soil maintenance and next one is the replanting. So replanting should be carried out during the first and the second year. So we know that suppose at the time of cultivation we have cultivated 100 bamboo plants. So it is not compulsory that all the 100 plants will grow luxuriously or in a good condition. So there are some damaged plants and plants which are not healthy, so they die afterwards. So we have to replant the bamboo plants or the seedlings. So replanting should be carried out during the first and the second year. So any dead and weak planted seedlings should be replaced with the new ones. So it is important to reserve seedlings for the replacement planting. If we required 100 seedlings for the cultivation, so it is important that we have to purchase 125 seedlings for the next replantation. So about 10 to 15% of planted seedlings will be replaced during the first year and about 5% of seedlings for the second year. So replanting is important for a 100% yield of the bamboo. Next one, weeding and again the soil loosening. So I have already told you that there are so many weeds and other vegetation which is already competing with the bamboo for the natural resources. So growth of the young bamboo plants in the early stage can be hampered by the weeds and any other competing vegetation. So weeds weaken the root and stem development. Because of the weeds and other competing vegetation, the roots of bamboo is weakened, as well as contributing to the occurrence of insect, pest and diseases. So because of the contamination of weeds in bamboo vegetation, there is the invitation for insect, pest and different type of diseases. So weed clearance should be done at least twice during each of the first 2 years. So already we have discussed in previous slides that we have to uh, take care, or we have to make the weeding practices twice a year, that is before the beginning of rainy season and immediately after ending the rainy season. So weeding eliminates climbing climbing vines as well. So weeding and soil loosening improves the sanitary environment, that is turning soil reduces pest and insect attack and enables free expansion of roots and rhizome and increases the moisture retention capacity of the soil. So why weeding and soil loosening is important? That it eliminate the competition for the natural resources with the bamboo, and again it increases the aeration of the soil, and these two factors are really important for the growth and development of bamboo. Again, in weeding and soil loosening, there are two options for clearing and soil loosening, which are plugging and then spot weeding. So, according to the landscape or according to the soil, we have to choose any one of the option. So, first one is that plugging and soil loosening. That is, if plugging is possible, undertake plugging in bamboo plantation area or site. If it is possible to plugging and soil loosening, we have to undertake that activity. Along with plugging, clear all the weeds and loosen the soil around the bamboo. So we can see in the diagram that plugging the entire plantation. So we can plug out the entire plantation area and we can loosen that soil, or weed clearance and soil loosening close to the bamboo plants. If there is no effect of the vegetation which is around the bamboo on the bamboo, then we have to clear that particular area. And second one is the spot weeding and soil loosening. So in the sloping areas, it is advisable to prepare soil and weed planted bamboo locally. Do not plug the full area and do not clear vegetation that is not competing with the planted bamboos. Then at that time we have to follow the spot weeding. So weeding and soil loosening should be done around the planted bamboo only. Suppose this is a bamboo plant, we have to clear the area which is around the bamboo only. So this is the weeding and then soil loosening. And there are two different practices which we can follow for weeding and soil loosening. That is the plugging, and second one is the spot weeding. Then next one is the fertilizer application. So manure and fertilizer application stimulate the rapid growth of the plant. So for the rapid or the immediate growth of the plant, we have to manure, or we have to apply the fertilizer to the plants. So all sort of soil amendments including organic, that is cow dung, compost, farmyard manure, then ash, and some inorganic fertilizers like NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potash, can be applied. So these are the two important types of soil amendments or fertilizers or the manures which can apply for the rapid growth and development of bamboo. First one is organic, that is cow dung, compost, farmyard manure or the ash, and second one is the NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and then potash. So how we can apply that manures or fertilizers to the bamboo? That thoroughly mix the applied manure or compost with the loosened soil. So whatever soil we have loosened around the bamboo plantation, we have to thoroughly mix that compost or the inorganic fertilizer with the soil. Alternatively, fertilizer can be applied by creating trenches or holes around the bamboo clumps. So we can create the trenches or we can make the holes, and in that holes and in that trenches we can apply that mixture, that is the soil and then manure. So make a shallow trench around the planted bamboo for applying fertilizer, that is 20 centimeter depth, 20 centimeter wide and 60 to 100 centimeter in diameter, and after application of manure or the fertilizer, cover the trench hole or the soil. So again it is very important that after applying the manure or after applying the fertilizer, we have to cover that area. So there should be a less amount of leaching. So these are the photographs in which we can say we can see the fertilizer application or the manure application. So there is the trenches around the bamboo plant, and in that trench these peoples are applying the manure or the fertilizer which is mixed with the soil, and after applying that manure or fertilizer they are again uh, putting a soil over that. So this is about the fertilizer application. What is exactly the trenching? That is heap or mount the soil mixture around and over the base of the plant. So we can mount or we can make a heap of the soil mixtured with compost or with the manure or the fertilizer around that area, and we can prepare a trench at least 50 centimeter radius around the bamboo plant to retain the water. So we can see again in the diagram that there is the trench around the bamboo plant, and in which we can give the water. So next one is the mulching. So mulching is achieved by uniformly spreading a layer of leaf, litter or other organic material on the surface of soil around the bamboo clump, and that is called as mulching. So mulching is an effective way of preventing the weed growth. So this is a very we can say that um, a very good way to prevent the growth of the weed. So it helps to conserve the soil moisture and contributes organic nutrient to the plant. So mulching is absolutely necessary for the production of good quality bamboo shoot. So we know that mulching is not only proven a very important aspect at the time of plantation maintenance in bamboo, but it is also helpful in other plants like mango, chiku, then other horticultural or cash crops also. So mulching can increases the mulching can really increases the yield of that particular plant. So the mulch protect young shoot from the direct sunlight and keeps them moist, thus allowing them to grow to an optimal size without hardening and losing their edible quality. So mulching is really important for the bamboo because it prevent the weeds. Again it increases the moisture of the soil, and again it contribute for some organic matter in the soil, and hence it is directly proportional to increase the yield of bamboo. So spreading a thick layer, that is 5 to 10 centimeter of organic matter. So we can use any type of leaf litter or organic matter to cover the soil around the bamboo. So on the surface of soil, it helps in conserving the soil moisture, that is reducing evaporation and controlling weed growth and improving soil fertility and the organic carbon. So mulching can increase the soil fertility. Mulching contribute to the organic matter in the soil. Then mulching retain the moisture of water in the soil because it prevent the evaporation of water, and again it reduces the growth of weeds. So this is about the mulching. Again, manure or fertilizer. So first application of manure or fertilizer is that 1 month after the planting. So after planting or 1 month after planting, we have to immediately apply the manure or the fertilizer. So when plants resumed or regrowth after planting, apply one basket, that is 5 kg of well rotted manure or compost. In addition, 50 gram of NPK can be applied. So we can apply inorganic and organic fertilizers in combination after the 1 month of planting. And second application, so at the beginning of next rainy season. So that is year 2, apply 2 basket, that is 10 kg of manure or compost in addition to 100 to 150 gram of NPK or inorganic fertilizer. And third application is that at the beginning of next rainy season, that is year 3, apply 5 basket, that is 30 kg of manure or compost, in addition to half kg, that is 500 gram of NPK can be applied, and repeat the process in the following year. So this is the application of manure or fertilizer. It increases the growth and development of the bamboo, because bamboo can be grow very luxuriously and it is very fast growing plant. So the demand of the plant for manure or the fertilizer is really high, and uh, we have to fulfill the demand of that manure or that fertilizers. Again, the important aspect is irrigation. So watering of the plant, that is the irrigation. So irrigation helps in reducing the mortality in young plants and facilitate the growth, especially during the year 1 of plantation. Established irrigate bamboo plants during long dry spells at an interval of 10 to 15 days. So apply water, that is 15 to 20 liter, in trenches created around bamboo plants by channel irrigations or the spot irrigation. So we can follow a different methods of irrigation. So there is a drip irrigation system which we can apply for the bamboo, and again there is the channel irrigation and the spot irrigation. But we have to keep in mind that according to the texture of the soil, or according to the soil, the interval between two watering is different, but we have to apply 15 to 20 liter of water for each plant, and we have to maintain the proper interval in between the two watering. So this is about the irrigation. Again, the intercropping with bamboo. Why this aspect is important, that farmers, when we plant the bamboo, or when we cultivate the bamboo, it requires so many years for the maturation and the harvesting. And in between this, what can farmers get from that bamboo field? That is the intercropping with bamboo. So intercropping is highly encouraged, as it is beneficial for farmers to generate income until the bamboo plantation provides a regular income. So in addition, their cropping helps in weed control, reduces evaporation of water, and increases soil organic matter. So this intercropping not only gives the profit to the farmers, but also it increases the it reduces the weeds in the field, then it reduces the evaporation of water, and it increases the organic matter into the soil. So with intercropping, there will be a regular maintenance of plantation site without additional works, which favors the survival and growth of the bamboo. So depending on the site condition, species and scientific management practices, harvesting of bamboo can start after 4 to 6 years. So from first year to the third year or fourth year, we can make the, or we can take the crops, and that is called as intercropping with the bamboo. So intercropping can be practiced until 1 to 3 years. So due to a large spacing, any crops including high light demanding crops can be grown. So during year third and fourth, with canopy closure, shade loving crops can be intercropped. So intercropping with the bamboo. So there is a different type of intercrops that we can take with the bamboo. For example, soybean is there, mustard is there, tobacco, chilies, watermelon, different type of vegetables, then tuber crops, pineapple, banana, peas, green grams, then lentils, then pigeon pea, then peanuts or groundnuts, moringa, papaya. These are the common intercrops with the bamboo, because this intercrops requires a small period for their maturation, and so we can take that crop into the bamboo, or we can apply this as an intercrop. So corn and wheat can also be grown, but they are intense consumers of nutrients and belongs to the same family of bamboo. So there is a one thumb rule that we have to discuss later, but these are the intercrops that we can take with the bamboo. So intercropping with bamboo, commonly grown intercrops, that is year 3 and 4, that is ginger, turmeric, shade loving, sweet potato and yam, and medicinal plants also be taken, and other shade loving crops are taken in the which are mostly mature in the 2 years. So in the diagram we can see that there is the ginger and other crops with we can take as an intercrop with the bamboo. Then other control measures during 1 to 2 or third year, that is depends on the growth of the plantation. For example, don't trim foliage and branches or collect shoot. This will allows the bamboo stand to build a sufficient energy food reserve or the optimum growth, because we know that if there is the more foliage, then it increase the photosynthesis, and that is beneficial for the plant. So it is important that we don't have to trim the foliage and the branches of the plant. So maintaining fencing and fire breaks, it prohibit the cattle or the animals from intruding. So this is also important that we have to maintain the fencing and the fire breaks for the bamboo plantation. And again, the protection from the termites. So termites are a serious pest in natural bamboo, which stands of uh, Abyssinica. So normally termites attacks old, then decaying or a sickly injured or partially burned bamboos. For this reason, this is important to ensure that clumps are managed properly, and all old and rotting clumps are extracted. It is important to protect the bamboo from the termites. So this is a cost effective means of minimizing the risk of termite attack. So manually we can thin the clumps for a better aeration and manuring, and which maintain the bamboo as healthy, and it reduces the attack of termite. Again, the rule of thumb. So to avoid the competition, avoid planting intercrop within a radius of 1 to 1.5 meter around the bamboo clumps. Yes, we have already discussed that the intercropping is really good in the bamboo, but important thing is that we have to avoid the intercropping within a radius of 1 to 1.5 meter around the bamboo clump, and this is a rule of thumb. So avoid intercrops belonging to the grass family, because bamboo is also belongs to grass family. The other crops, that is maize, corn and wheat, which is a bamboo family crops, we have to avoid these crops at the time of intercropping. Both bamboo and intercrops compete for nutrients and are attacked by mostly the same insect and the pest, and hence we have to avoid the intercropping of the plant of same family or from the grass family. So this is a rule of thumb. So these are the factors which we have to maintain for the good yield of the bamboo. So the what we have seen in this lecture, in plant management, we have discussed about the maintenance during the seedling stage, that is in between 1 to 3 years. So in between 1 to 3 years, what are the maintenance that, or what is the care that we have to take for the bamboo, that is replanting, weeding and soil loosening, then fertilizer application, trenching and mulching, then intercropping, and then the pest control. So these are the cares that we have to take at the time of plantation management. Again, in next lecture, we are going to discuss about the early maturation phase, that is 3 to 5 years, and the bamboo harvesting, because we have discussed the maintenance of bamboo at the seedling stage, that is in between 1 to 3 years, and what we have to take care at the time of 3 to 5 years, that we will discuss in next lecture, and then the bamboo harvesting. So what you have to do, that you have to visit to a nearby bamboo plantation and note down the following things. So this is exercise for you, that just find out where is the bamboo plantation in nearby area and note down the following things. First one, name of the farmer and its address. Then area under the cultivation. So whatever bamboo is cultivated by that farmer, note down the area, that is 1 acre or 2 acre or 1 hectare or 2 hectare, whatever it may be. So you have to note down the area under cultivation. Then just note down the variety of bamboo which is under the cultivation. So because we have seen that there are 14 different varieties of bamboo that we can cultivate for the commercial production. Out of that 14 varieties, which variety is cultivated by that farmer, you have to note down. Then you have to note down the age of plantation, then pattern of plantation, that is the distance between 2 or 4 plants. Then irrigation system, which type of irrigation system they are following, is there is channel watering, or there is spot watering, or there is a drip irrigation system. Then time and schedule of watering, and again there is a intercropping, if any, if the farmer is taking a intercrops with the bamboo, that you have to note down. Then average height of the bamboo plants, and then canopy coverage. So this is the exercise, or these are the things that you have to do. So in this lecture we have discussed about the bamboo plantation and the bamboo maintenance of bamboo plantation and the bamboo plantation at the seedling stage. Thank you very much.